I can't believe at the age of 42 he got 39 possessions tonight. 40. Hang on. How many kick-ins did you have?
More kicks than years, though.
Not that many.
How many kick-ins did you have?
2, maybe 3. Yeah, I was giving it a him.
Yeah, righto.
There you go.
You would have had plenty if you were on our side, kicking him, the other team.
Fags, yes, you might tell us about how proud you are considering the injury toll you had tonight.
Yeah, I've been involved in footy for a long time. I've never seen anything like the carnage that happened not only in the first quarter but before the game, losing Stars. It was it's one of the more amazing and courageous wins. Well, I think it's the most amazing and courageous win I've ever seen, to be honest, by any group of players that I've had anything to do with, and I'm just so proud of them. You know, they're out on their feet. There'll just be massages this week. I don't think there'll be too much training and getting ready for Adelaide. We'll have to get them recovered. But the heart that they showed to play in that manner and to, you know, withhold a Gold Coast team that probably understood that we might have been out on our feet. It just shows a great deal of character, and it'll go down in our club as one of our greatest ever wins, is what I believe. I don't think you can look at it in any other way.
Just, you add to the injuries you already had before that too, and it's quite incredible. 5'8", or I guess let's go back a bit. But do you know the extent of the two knees? You
were assuming ACLs? Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah. Murray, that's all right, mate. Yeah, they're more than likely they are. Which is really unfortunate. You know, both very popular characters of our footy club, Darcy and Link McCarthy. When I saw them, they just had that look about them. There's a certain look about ACL injuries, I reckon, and then the doctors pretty much think that will be the case. Will be scans on Tuesday, and but that'll probably just confirm what is already known. And Noah Answorth had a concussion, so. And Logan Morris, which is one of the great stories of the day, he played in the reserves today. He did 13 Ks. He ran 9 Ks in the seniors, so he's covered 22 kilometres. He kicked 1 goal 3 and probably should have kicked 3 goals 1. Fortunately, his parents were here, which is great. They'd come up here to watch the reserves game, so they got to see him make his debut, the debut they didn't know that he was going to have. And I think on the way he ate some Maccas and also had some of Doc's soup before the game. So
and he wore Will Ashcroft's boots.
And Will Ashcroft's boots because
size too small.
Where were his boots?
He didn't think he was playing.
Oh, he didn't think he was playing. So yeah, they were a couple of sizes too small. So there you go. That's his first game. He'll never forget that.
Can you take us in a bit, Fags, how the Stars injury happened, and then how close, I guess, to game time when that change was made? And then for yourself up in the box with all the carnage happening, and then, you know, in the blink of an eye, Logan goes from emergency to running onto the field.
Yeah. So I walked out on the oval in the warm-up, and then Scotty Pyle, our team manager, came over and said, Stas has done a calf. I wasn't really expecting that, I must admit. Okay. We'll bring Sharpie in because Sharpie was going to be the sub. He actually ended up being really handy for us tonight. He's such a good runner. He played the entire second half. I think he only came off once in the game, which is an amazing effort. That came of age a little bit tonight, I thought, with the opportunity. But yeah, Sharpie came on and played on the wing. That put Darcy Wilmot back to halfback because we were going to have him playing on the wing, but he went back to halfback, played a really good game too. And then, yeah, we just brought Logan in. As the sub, yeah, that's what he was, wasn't he? Yeah. And then he wasn't the sub for too long. He was on. So with those injuries, so all in the first quarter, all those injuries. Start of the second. So yeah, I must admit, I thought there was some chance we might get overrun, but we held up pretty well. 0 goals 9 in the third quarter wasn't a very good reward for what was a great effort. You know, we challenged our players at half-time about winning the third quarter because it's been our worst quarter by far for the year. It'll still come up as a loss, but when you've had 9 shots to 3, I sort of see it as a win, even though we couldn't get our accuracy right tonight either again, but we'll just keep working away at that.
Who's pushing for selection from underneath, folks?
I don't know. Our reserves got walloped today by the Gold Coast Suns. Well, I don't think we get anyone back from injury. Maybe Cal Archie and Jimmy Madden might be available next week. No, I didn't really see a lot of the reserves game. To be honest, I find it a bit hard to watch the reserves and coach the seniors in the one day. Must be my age or something, but I'll have a look at the tape.
Faze, you must have been thrilled with the young guys. So Bruce had a good impact out there, did a fine job. Kai Lohman seemed like he had a big impact tonight. Sharp, you mentioned, a few. These young kids have got a chance one way or the other, and they've actually shown you.
Yeah, they have, and they're going to get more chances now because we're fairly injured at the moment. So it's going to be great. One way or another, whatever happens for the Brisbane Lions this year, we're going to find more players and have more depth. So, and as we showed tonight, we can win games of footy in that scenario as well. So a lot of those guys have been looking for a chance because we've been pretty settled lineup for a long time. Now the opportunity is going to come their way, and sometimes all you need is that opportunity in a few games in a row, and you work out you can do it, and your confidence grows. So that's what we'll be working towards. I mean, it was a very different looking Lions team tonight, wasn't it? When you think about it.
Did it feel different out there, Zorks, with those new faces, and even the build up with the vision of Bruce's announcement? That was pretty. Everyone really got behind that. Did you notice?
Not really. I mean, we train with the guys. It's not like they've just plucked it from the street. So, I mean, they're a part of our team. And all those guys that have been, on the fringe have always trained with the AFL team on a Thursday and come to our captain's run. So it wasn't unfamiliar. I think the biggest growth tonight is we've had games in the past where people have gone down injured and we've emotionally got caught up into the game, and tonight we put that aside and understood what the task was and what we needed to get done. And look, we didn't kick straight, but we felt like we had a really good grip on the game and did everything we wanted to. So short-handedly. So yeah, really, really proud of the brotherhood that we showed tonight. And as Fag said, we're going to get to see a fair few young kids come through our list now, which is a great opportunity.
There was a lot of yourself and a few, I think, had 15 touches, 15 kicks in the first half. Was that obviously a focus to short kick, get yourselves running, or to just sort of turn out to go?
Nah, well, yeah. I mean, we've probably in the last few games just got a little bit stagnant and kicking long down the line. So we just wanted to try different things tonight. We actually had a really good block of training on Thursday, and it was great to have a longer break so we could actually train and implement stuff that we'd probably been working through the pre-season that we haven't just quite nailed. But given we had 2 really solid training sessions, we felt confident enough that we could use that side of our game. We understand at times we have to go long down the line, but tonight we were trying really hard to move and work for each other, and I think we saw that.
Zork, I know it's like an individual award and whatever tonight, but does it mean something? You're such a central figure to this whole Q-Clash rivalry, and you've played so many matches, and to win one tonight, does it sit well with you? Oh,
it's obviously, it's not what you play the game for, but to get recognised and having a good game is, it's great. I've been on the receiving end of players getting medals playing on me, so I was just glad tonight that I could help the team and do what I needed to do for the majority of the night. Got things wrong, but it's a game of AFL, you're going to make mistakes, but overall we had to focus on moving on quickly, and I thought we did that.
Do you have a focus? Sorry, do you have a focus on trying to kick predominantly ahead of handball day, where you had 35 kicks to 4 handballs tonight? Gained a lot of territory, do you?
When you've got a guy like Lockie Neal on the team, who normally distributes it by hand, I don't need to do a hell of a lot of hand passing, but certainly wasn't my intention tonight. I feel like I can hand pass, by the way, but it just
should handball more, mate. It was 4 handballs at 100%. The kicking was 35 at 69%.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously tonight I just kicked a lot more, which is what it is.
So you settled your half back now, Zork, clearly by the looks of it. The coach is you're back there and you've nailed that position. Like, you're feel really comfortable that you've spent a good chunk of time there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've trained there the last couple of years at times in the pre-season, and I've actually played a few games in the last few seasons down there as well when we've been short-handed. So, you know, slotting back in there, and when you have guys like Ryan Lesser, Harris Andrews, even Jack Payne now is becoming a real stalwart down there, and unfortunately we lost Stars tonight, but his help and his voice and direction has been enormous, and you know, I'm glad now I can help the guys like Wilmot, and we saw Jasper Fletcher down there tonight, help develop their game as well. So yeah, I feel a little bit more settled down there. Obviously it's a week-to-week proposition, but I'm comfortable I can play all three positions for the team now.
His aerial stuff's improved too. He got one spoil and one intercept mark.
And that's rare. That's rare.
Fags, you've talked about how great the win is, and in the context of your footy career, what does that do for the group emotionally? Now 3 and 5, maybe an opportunity to get going despite the injuries.
It'll do a lot for us. You know, we've been probably struggling to find our belief and our confidence this year. I thought we had it after the North Melbourne wins, and then we, you know, got that wet night here, and Geelong were a bit too good for us in those conditions, and then, you know, we fell away in the second half last week against the Giants. But we have been playing really good teams as well. So I didn't think it was as, you know, the record of 2 and 5 didn't look good, but I didn't think it was as bad as that. And as you guys know, our statistics show that it is not as bad as that. But no, we'll take a lot of heart from that. I mean, it's a hard competition. We've got to go to Adelaide next week. They've hit form, so it'll be a great game and a really good test for us. Can I actually say a little bit about I was meant to say it at the start. I know the AFL stance about violence against women. I've got 2 beautiful daughters, and they've got really good partners, and I consider that's a great thing. But I know that, you know, as a dad, the last thing you'd ever want is for your daughters to be harmed in any way by a male. Fortunately, that's never happened to my girls, but it does happen to a lot. And you know, I think the AFL highlighting that this weekend has been great. And you know, those men out there who do that cowardly act of, you know, hitting and bashing women, I don't understand that mindset. And you know, those people that do that sort of thing should really pay the price. And you know, I feel really sorry for those people that have lost loved ones in those circumstances.
Thank you.